Yeah, welcome to this my YouTube channel. My name is Kathy. You all know that I am your only host on this live tip show. I've reached at a point where I feel I don't need to introduce myself, but anyway, I have to do so for our new members. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Yeah, today is a public holiday here in Uganda. It's a national prayer day. Our beloved president marked it a public holiday. Welcome. Okay. So what do we talk about today? Give me an idea. Give me an idea, you guys. I love you so much. So I was actually going to talk about something different today, and one of my friends gave me an idea. Told me, you know what? Talk about this. A lot of people need this, and I was like, damn, am I really going to say it? Am I really going to talk about it? But anyway, here I am. Yeah, I'm going to talk about how to move on. Yes. Anyway, to our new members, we welcome you. You know, we don't hug anymore. We just do this. We love you so much. We welcome you. Tap the subscribe icon or the notification bell so that you can be updated every time I drop a video. So, here we are. We are going to talk about how to move on. Yes, I know we've all had those days. It can either be at work, in your relationship, in your friendship, in your marriage, your family, but you need to move on. Where you reach at a point and you really need to move on. So what do you do? Okay, so this girl gave me this idea that I should talk about how to move on, and I'm here to talk about it. Yep. I want to tell you something that it's never easy. It's never easy to move on. Someone will come out and tell you, you can move on, you can do this, you can do, but trust me, it's never easy. It's easy to say, but it's hard to do. Moving on has never been simple. Let's look at the biblical view about it. When we look at Abraham in the Old Testament, when God told him to move away from his family, it was really a hard decision for him. He had lots of things he had his family, he had his other things to do, but he had to decide to move on. When you love yourself, you must make a stand, and at some point you move on, because your current situation right now, where you are right now, is not your final destination. If you really love yourself, you want to move on, you want something better, you have to move on at a point where you feel like this is not where I am supposed to be. um uh, Even when we look at the Israels, when the Israels were under the Egyptian bondage, God sent Moses to liberate them from that bondage. But when they reached in the wilderness, they were so hungry, they were so tired, and they started complaining. They said, "Why did you bring us here? When we were in Egypt, although we were suffering, at least we would eat, at least we would kind of get some small rest." But God told Moses to tell the children of Israel to move on. Move on. That is what God told Moses to tell the children of Israel. And so we realize that in life, moving on is a very hard decision. But do you ever be in a situation, or you're at a job, or you're in a relationship, you're in a family, you're in a marriage, you're in kind of a social network, but you feel this is not where I am supposed to be? If you want the best for yourself, you have to move on. Moving on is really hard. But when you want the best for yourself, trust me, you have to stay focused, and decide. You have to decide. I'm actually a person who believes in processing. Yes, I believe in processing so much. I'm not a person who believes in things that just happen. I don't believe in that. I truly and strongly believe in processing, because I know that when something is processed, it it stands a test of time, instead of something that just breaks out, and something that just happens. So I would argue someone who's going to move on, someone who's going to let go of something, to process it, not to just wake up in the morning and you just decide that, what, I am moving on. I actually do not believe in that, because I believe that when you process is therapy. Process is therapy. That is what I believe in. I actually, most of my friends, they call me a therapist, but trust me, I've just studied therapy. I'm not a therapist, but I believe in processing because processing stands a test of time. We're going in for a very short commercial break. We'll be right back. For any home furniture, Fob Company located in Wakiso District is here at your service. For more information, contact us on 075 80 87 118 or kathybecky@gmail.com. Fob Company, here at your service. Welcome back from that short commercial break. Welcome. My name is Kathy. You're on the host on this live tips show. People I've always encountered this question. Actually, it's a challenge to me because I do this show of the life tips show on guiding how you can live a good life, on guiding people how you can stand in hard times. So people think I have it all. Trust me, I do not have it all. I do not have it all. It's not that everything is well with me, but I did this show because I know how it feels to break down and you do not have someone to talk to. I know how it feels to bleed in your heart, but you do not have someone to encourage you. I have felt it before, I have been there before. I know what it feels, but truth is, I do not have it all, and I do not have it all, but I have seen life, and that is why I choose to speak to people. I am not a therapist, but I speak to people. And so, when we go back to our topic, how to move on, personally, I believe when you want to move on from a situation, from a relationship, from a workplace, you have to accept. Acceptance is very important in behavior change. Most of my friends ask me and they tell me, Kathy, why are you so much attached to behavior change? I believe in that. I believe that someone can change. I believe that someone can move on. I believe that life is not constant as we all think. So when you want to move on, you have to accept that things have not worked out the way you expected them to be. You accept that. When you accept a situation and be thankful to it, then you have strength. You have the power to move on. But when you keep on blaming yourself, I did not do this right, I followed it in this way or the other, I actually did not do better this way. Trust me, you're going to cling on the past, and blaming yourself will not help you solve anything. Rather, it will place you in a situation where you cannot move on. So what I argue is you have to accept that what has happened. Things have not worked out the way you expected them to be, but do not blame yourself. Still, when you want to move on, let out. When you want to let go of something, when you want to move on, I argue to let out the bad energy, power it out. I don't believe in people who just decide things and they just do them randomly. I told you I don't believe in people who just decide things and they just do them randomly. I told you I believe in therapy, and one of the most tool that I use when I'm healing is that I cry out. It's okay to cry. It's okay to power out your heart. It's okay to talk to a friend. Do not die with something. Do not die with something. Talk to someone. Do you feel down? Do you feel like this is too much? Is the Lord too much on you? But you want to move on, but you want to let go. My sister, power out your heart, power out that bad energy. Go gymming, talk to a friend, cry as much as you can, but cry knowing that is the last time you are crying. I want to tell you something, that the journey of moving on is a very hard journey. It's a combination of regrets. It's a combination of pain. It's a combination of regrets. It's a combination of pain. It's a combination of confusion. My sister, my brother. Journey to moving on is a hard one. It's full of pain. It's full of regrets. It's full of confusion. You will reach at a point where you feel like, do I need to go back? But You have to be focused. That is why I told you that I believe in processing. You have to process it before you act upon it. Be strong enough to face everything that is going to happen in the process. Because trust me, you wake up in the morning and you say, yes, I'm over that person. I'm over that guy. I'm over that babe. I don't want that job anymore. But the situation will come and you feel like maybe I should go back to that person. Maybe I should go back a little, but do not go back. Do not go back. I tell you these things because I have been there before. I have cried all night. I have bled in my heart painfully with no one to talk to. That is why I chose to do this show, the Life Tip Show, because I know what it means to hurt when you have no one to talk to. Are you out there and you want to move on, but it's too hard for you? You're out there, you want to let go, but it's too hard for you. I can feel your pain. I can feel what you are going through. I know what that means because I have been there before. I have faced it. Okay, I'm sorry I am too emotional when it comes to this because I know I have had nights when I could not sleep. I have had nights when my heart was bleeding, but I had no one to talk to. So I know what you were going through. But here I am to tell you that you can make it. You can move on. You can still be strong enough. I want you to remember those your jolly days, those your strong days, your youthful days, when you were so strong to face everything. Remember that day. Remember that day when your ability to do anything, to face any challenge was so strong. And the other thing, let me not forget this. When you are moving on from a relationship, I want you to do away with this thing of wanting to revenge. You know, the moment you have that mindset of revenge in you, that you want to revenge onto someone that has hurt you, it's a very fast indication that you have not moved on and you are not able to move on. What I told you in the first place is that accept and thank the past situation. Be strong enough to face all the hardships in the process of moving on. Yes. You know, this thing of let me flirt around with someone so that my ex-boyfriend, my ex-worker, my ex-employer will know that I'm not cheap. I cannot fail to get someone to hang out with. It does not work that way. It does not work that way. If you're doing that, you have not moved on. Trust me, you have not moved on. You still want to have that person. Moving on is far beyond what you think. Moving on is I don't know what to tell you, but I want you to be strong enough. Be strong enough to face anything. Okay? And the other thing is you have to cut communication or connection. Let me tell you this. I know most of you people have this thing of we leave each other, we part, and we be friends. Yes, it's a very good thing, but if you want to heal in the first place, it doesn't work that way. It really doesn't work that way, because you cannot use the same knife that cut you to heal the wound. It can't happen. What you do is you first cut off the connections, the communication. so that you can heal, a little bit. So in future, when you feel you are free enough, you don't need the person anymore, you don't have any feelings for them, then you can revive. Most of the people are in bad relationships, are working under bad working conditions, are in bad social networks, just because of the fear to be alone. People have endured pain, people have endured criticisms, people have endured pain, agony, just because they fear to stand and walk alone. But I want to tell you something, that there is power in discovering who you are. And you can only discover who you are when you stand alone and decide to move on, and decide on something, and decide to focus on your future and go. There is power in discovering whom you are. Thank you for watching. My name is Kathy Becky. Catch you next time, same day, same time. Shalom.